Hey guys, this is Joe. I got a new tow vehicle, new truck. It's pretty awesome. It's a 2023 Ford F250 Ultimate Lariat, and it's got the high output diesel engine, 6.7 liter, and this thing is a beast. And I just wanted to spend a few minutes and show you all what it's about and what kind of stuff I got here. So this came with the chrome package. You can see the front grille is super chromy, right? Pretty sharp. It's also got the polished aluminum wheels, a little bit dirty. There's the chrome badge on the side, and you can see the red 6.7 liter indicates that it's the high output. It's got the chrome mirror caps on the top, keyless entry, and the side steps have come in really handy. I just came back today from a camping trip. It was really handy getting everything loaded up and unloaded, so I'm glad they added these in this model year. Chrome rear bumper, got a light and camera. This one doesn't have the bed liner. I am going to add that at some point, but I wanted to show you the step. So this is pretty cool. It makes it easy for old guys to get up there like me. Folds up, locks back in place. I bought the Gator tonneau cover for it just to keep stuff dry in the back for when we go camping. We keep a lot of our gear back there. This does have the sensors, front and rear parking sensors and cross traffic alert. That's these things you see here and here, here, and here. Pretty sharp looking truck, I think. We have the sensors up front as well. And up in the top of the windshield is the adaptive cruise control cameras and sensors and all that. So this will basically drive itself and steer around corners and things like that when you're using cruise control, which is pretty cool. This also does have power side steps. And before we get inside, I'll give you a look at the sticker. So this does have the heavy-duty tow package as well, so we have a total payload capacity of 3286, which is really, really good because we're going to be upgrading from our small 24-foot camper you can see here. We're going to be upgrading to a small 30 or 32 foot fifth wheel trailer in the next couple of years, so that's the main reason for getting the new truck. The Ram was able to handle towing this camper, but it was still pretty bouncy, and I had installed airbags in the back and all that. This one is, I don't even know that it's behind there, and the diesel is just crazy powerful, and the torque that the thing has is you can't even tell that you have a camper behind you, and you put your foot down on the gas pedal and it just goes. So let's go inside and take a look. Start it up. There you can see the cool graphic when it first boots up. So just a quick overview of the interior. I'm not going to go into detail because there's a lot of videos that show all the features that these new 23 F250s and 350s have. It's a total redesign from the previous model years, so there's a lot of new stuff in here. One of the One of the cool features, of course, is the all-digital dash. It's a 12-inch dash, and you can customize the view. So I can look at my general engine temperatures and things like that, or I can look at my diesel measurements with all the, the exhaust filter and the def level. This does have a water-cooled turbo in it, which is the difference in the high output versus the regular diesel engine. So it is water-cooled, and I get 500 horsepower, 1,200 pounds of torque. So this is a beast. The guys at the dealership when I bought it, they told me I could basically pull a house off its foundation if I wanted to, which I don't want to. But I could, but I don't want to. We also can track things like our fuel mileage and overall fuel economy since I've had the truck. I'm at 18.2 miles per gallon, which is pretty good for this big heavy-duty diesel. When I'm not towing, I can typically get, when I am towing, I can typically get around 13 miles to the gallon with the fully loaded camper that you saw before, which is probably 5,500 pounds or so, 60, maybe 6,000. So lots of stuff you can look at there. This also has a heads-up display. I don't know if you can see it very well up there, but it is there. It might not show up well on the video, but the heads-up display also changes depending on the mode of the vehicle that we're in. So we have our drive mode down here, and this turns. So I can change the settings for driving. So I have slippery roads, off-road settings, which will automatically set it to four-wheel drive, and you can see the display changes there. We also have normal mode, which is what I usually drive in, which is just two-wheel drive. There is an tow haul mode, which is what I use when I tow the camper, and you see it says no trailer selected. So you can tow multiple trailers and tell the computer what kind of trailer you have and how big it is and the length and the weight and all that. So we can choose our trailer here, towing. We'll select the active trailer, and Minerva is the name of our camper. So I selected it, it tells me it's active now. So now when I go back over here, you see it has the trailer brake gain, how many miles I've towed Minerva, the total fuel economy, and the angle that we're currently sitting at. My driveway is angled, so that's why it says 6 degrees. And what I typically look at when I'm driving down the road towing is I'll look at my diesel settings, just to keep an eye on them, because this is my first diesel truck. I'm kind of, still learning how things work. So it's kind of cool. We also have, from tow haul mode, we can go to eco mode, which is a gas fuel savings mode, which I haven't really used because I like the normal mode most of the time. So let's put it back there. Some other cool features. This does have the Pro trailer backup system. So you can calibrate your camper in the back, tell it the length, the distance to the pivot point from the ball to the center of the wheels, and then use this knob to turn it instead of using the steering wheel. I find it easier to just back up like I've always backed up, using the steering wheel and looking over my shoulder or out the mirrors. But this is there if we ever decide we want to use it. It also has Pro Hitch Assist, which is really cool. And what that does is when you activate it, you press the button, you hold it, and it will automatically back the truck up to hitch up without any, you know, user input. So it'll automatically steer and turn the tires so that the ball will be directly underneath the hitch area on the camper. So that's kind of cool. Another nice feature on this that's different than my Ram was is it has CarPlay, which my Ram did have, but this is wireless CarPlay. So now you don't need to plug in. It's all, you know, through the Bluetooth settings of the phone, and they'll talk to the truck and set it up. So I can actually extend the display here and look at the multiple settings I have for CarPlay, which is kind of neat. Another cool feature in this truck is the cameras. So there's cameras all over the truck. So I can press these buttons up at the top here. This first one is my diesel exhaust brake, which I can manually activate if I want to. Let's say I'm towing a heavy load going down a hill, I can hit that to help me brake. But the truck is pretty smart. So this has the 10-speed automatic transmission. If I'm going down a hill and I want to slow down, I can just gently tap the brakes and it will downshift so that it will use the engine to slow down the speed while I'm going downhill, which is really cool. So I have a camera button here. I can turn the parking sensors off or on, hazards, and then my traction control off or on. But I wanted to show you the camera system here. So here's a top view of the truck, and then the rear view. So if I'm backing up, I go into reverse, and it will show the back view there. But even better than that, imagine that I was hooked up to the camper right now. I can press this button here and go to the tow cameras, and it will give me a split screen view down both sides of my truck to look at the sides of the camper. So that's really cool. And those cameras, I can show you. I'll roll down my window. And look at the other side. It wants to look at my trailer, but you can see here, it's looking at my hand out the window. So it has a camera that points back along the side. And it doesn't detect the trailer, so it doesn't like this view right now, but that's okay. It has some other pretty cool views here where we can do the full surround. We can do the back view off the tailgate. We can do a focused view from the tailgate, kind of wrap around. We can have a look at the bed. I have the tonneau cover on there, of course, right now. We can look at the hitch. The hitch isn't on the truck. And then if I had a attachment for the camper, for a backup camera on the camper, I could wire that in here and use this to monitor the view from that camera. I can also, while we're looking here, this is actually the view from the front. So this is the front view, not my back view. If I want the back view, I have to switch to reverse. So this will tell me if I have, you know, a little kid in front of me, or if I have some obstructions in front of the truck, I can make sure to move them out of the way before I drive off. We do have the auxiliary switches up here. I'll probably get a couple of lights, which are, you know, your typical sunglass holder. It's got the rear window control here. I did not get the sunroof in this. I've had other cars with sunroofs. My wife's Subaru, which you can see in the mirror there, that has a sunroof, and we just don't use sunroofs very often. We also have 3 programmable driver positions. 1 and 2 are based on the 1 and 2 key fobs. So once you set it up, once it senses which key fob is near the truck, the seats and the steering wheel and the brakes and the mirrors will all move to that set position that driver saved. We also have 2 glove boxes. We got one there, that's Helen's, and then mine's down here. 12-volt outlet here. 120 volt here. Really nice feature with the ventilated seats, so it blows nice cool air through the faux leather seats. I don't think this is real leather, but it's like simulated leather or something. Maybe it's got portions of the seats are real leather. I think the upper trims, like the Platinum and the King Ranch, I think those get a little bit better quality leather seating, but these are still pretty nice. Got this little sliding tray with a USB-C and a USB-A attachment there. Wireless charging pad here, so that's really nice. Cup holders here, and a little storage space here, but I can slide this over and turn it into 4 cup holders if I want to. We also have 2 cup holders here for the back passengers, and I'll hop back there right now and show you what's going on back there. So here we are in the back seat now, and you can see my knees. I'm 6 foot tall, and I still have 6 inches to the seat in front of me. And this seat is back almost all the way from where I sit when I drive. We do have heated seats in the rear as well. Another outlet and AC vents here, and another 110 volt plug there. And another set of cup holders here for the rear passengers. This is for Stanley for when he rides with us. We got his seatbelt plugged in here. Yeah, that's pretty much the back seat. Now I believe that the Lariat trims come with carpeted floor mats. I requested to get the rubber floor mats. I think they are much easier to clean, much easier to maintain. You know, they just pop out with these little locking things here, and you can take them out and you can hose them off and wash them. So I prefer those. I'm glad I got those. I'm glad they were able to accommodate me. This also has the Bang & Olufsen 18 speaker system. It sounds pretty good. It gets really loud. There's speakers all over the place here. I don't even know where they all are. We got a couple up in the top here. We got some in the door, some in the pillars, one in the center. There's 2 in each headrest, and a couple in the back. Let's pop the hood while we're going around to the passenger side. So I don't know too much about diesel engines, but they really pack this guy in here. Really full. This is a dual battery system. It does require a lot of power, but it also has a lot of accessories, so they give you that extra battery. Surprisingly, there's not padding on the hood to keep the noise down. I was very surprised about that. There's a lot of controversy over the price of these, and they are not cheap vehicles. But to get this trim level with the chrome wheels, or sorry, the chrome package, which also includes the chrome exhaust, and you can always tell the diesel from a gas by looking at these exhaust tips. The diesel always has 2, and the gas has 1. But the chrome package is the front grille, the wheels, the bumper, the trim on the door handles, and this little piece of trim here. So if you have any questions or comments or feedback, let me know. I can only give high recommendations for this truck so far. I've had great experiences with it over the past month, and I expect it to continue. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.